Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Welcome back. And let's just dig right into it. We have to expose a lot of these biased fighters, biased narratives, and be honest and unbiased about it. And Jermall Charlo stated in a recent interview with FightHype.com that, he's ready to call out Canelo Alvarez and Demetrius Andrade after his next fight. And, I think that's going to be very interesting because at the end of the day, these are his quotes. Let's just dig into those first. We're definitely going to call these guys out, Canelo and Andrade. We're going to ask these guys one more time if they want to fight. If not, we're going to chase somebody else. Then they're going to want more belts. I'll be there, a 3-division world champion. That's what we've got to do. They're running. Why would I be the mandatory? I'm making my own money. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Now, this just goes to show that Jermall Charlo is completely delusional. And the reason why he's delusional is because the biggest star in boxing is Canelo Alvarez. That's not even a question or a doubt at this point. He's the biggest money fight for Jermall Charlo. So why would you chase anyone else but Canelo Alvarez? And how are you chasing Canelo Alvarez when you won't even come to the zone? When Danny Jacobs called out Canelo Alvarez, he said he truly wanted to fight. He moved to HBO to follow Canelo Alvarez. And then he moved to the zone with Canelo Alvarez, and he eventually got the fight. You have to understand and be honest and unbiased is that Danny Jacobs made all of those moves to chase Canelo Alvarez, and he eventually got what he asked for, and that was an L. Because at the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez looks to be levels above most of these fighters. And, I give Danny Jacobs all the credit in the world for taking the fight, for truly chasing Canelo network to network to make sure that he can secure that fight. And he secured the bag, and he got what he asked for. Now, if Jermall Charlo truly wanted the Canelo Alvarez fight, he would cross that street. He would go over to the zone. You don't have to sign a 10-fight deal with the zone. You could go over to the zone on a 1-fight deal just to fight Canelo Alvarez. And there you go. But he's not going to do that because he's not truly interested in the Canelo Alvarez fight. Because at the end of the day, if you were truly interested, you do whatever it takes to make that fight. That's a career-defining fight. That's a career payday fight. There's no other fight in any other division against any other opponent that can give you what Canelo can give you. No one. Jermall Charlo can fight no one else, period, that will give him the payday, the prestige that a Canelo Alvarez victory would give him. And the reason why he simply doesn't chase that is because he doesn't want to lose his O. Let's be honest and unbiased. Now, at the end of the day, if you look at it, Demetrius Andrade has just recently called out Jermall Charlo. So the fact that he said he's going to call these guys out again makes no sense. At the end of the day, he's just blustering because he's looking for an out so he can move up to 168 and try to figure out if that's an easier division for him to win belts. Because there's no real fighters at 160 for the PBC and for Charlo. But Charlo stated that he's going to go after more belts. He's going to go on to bigger and better things, theoretically. And who are the fighters at 168 that Jermall Charlo could end up facing? He could face Anthony Dirrell. That's a hard fight. He could lose that fight. He could face Caleb Plant. That's an extremely difficult fight. He could lose that fight. He could face David Benavidez. And I truly believe David Benavidez stops Charlo. That's just my opinion. He could face Andre Dirrell. He would win that fight. He could face Jalen Love. I believe he'd win that fight. Peter Quillen, I believe he'd win that fight. And Jose Uzcategui, I believe that Jose Uzcategui would give him hell in that fight as well. So it's not easy for Charlo to get any of the belts, but he does have some tune-up level fights that he's used to, because remember, his name is Jermall Tune-Up Charlo. This is what he does. He fights bums and brags about being a top-level fighter when he's done nothing to prove it. He's done nothing to chase the best fights. He's a hype job and a fraud overall. Once again, unbiased as always, it's IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.